What's up, Cassie? All right, so I should preface this show with an announcement that it is ugly outside. It has been raining all day long. I'm not even totally sure it ever became daylight outside. The cloud cover has been so thick that it has been like nighttime all day. Like it was never even light enough outside to not have the lights on inside the house. It was extremely dark. This is kind of loud. It was extremely dark all day long. Cloud cover was super thick. It's been raining hard. And I just saw, right before I went live, I saw that the local news station went live on Facebook and said that the thickest, like the worst part of the storms is starting to move through Georgia, and they're starting to see power outages. So, I may not be able to finish the show, guys. I may lose power. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, actually. Apparently, the thunderstorm part of it is still on its way here. I don't know exactly where it is right now. From what the Doppler that I saw, it looked like it maybe about an hour away. So we shall play it by ear. Yeah, it's been super ugly here, Cassie. I don't know what it's been like up in Kentucky. Probably the same, I would imagine the same front. It looked like it was really long, so anything that was moving across Alabama was probably hitting Kentucky as well. But it looks like it's moving pretty fast, and it looks like it's moving pretty hard. So, yeah, like I said, we're just going to have to play this one by ear. I will also say that I am tethered today because I sort of forgot to plug my headset in yesterday and left it on. So it was really dead. And it was oh, I got a message here. Oh, okay. I mean, I could try to unplug it, but I don't think I'm going to get in the lab today because I'm tethered. I mean, I could turn on the mic in there. I could do that if you guys want. But I wasn't sure. I was thinking it might be. I know I didn't get in the lab last week either. I don't know. I'm getting lazy, guys. It's so, out of the last probably 60 days, well, I don't know about 60 days, definitely 30 days. Well, I'll even go back to 60. Out of the last 60 days here in Georgia, I would venture to say that it has rained for about 45 of them. It is, I mean, some of it's been cold. Some of it's not been super cold. I will say that. It has not gotten super cold. I mean, there's only been like maybe 3 nights that I left here and there was frost in the car kind of thing. So, it hasn't been super cold, but it has been raining. It has been raining so much. And I don't normally let weather affect me, but it's getting to the point where I don't think I can take it anymore. It's very depressing. It's just been raining, and it's been gray, and it's been raining. And the days that it doesn't rain, it's just super cloudy. And like, I have a vitamin D deficiency. I feel like I have a vitamin D deficiency. I have not seen the sun for any length of time other than brief glimpses of it in like 2 months. It feels like it's rained so much here, which is great for our plants and stuff, but holy crap, I mean, oh my gosh, it's raining so much. And it hasn't even been raining hard. Today it's raining hard. It's raining very, very hard outside. It's like where Higgy Sigs is located, it's landscaped beautifully. I highly suspect there's 9 buildings in this complex, right? I mean, I'm thinking I might, actually, and I do know what that is. That's called seasonal affective disorder. Seasonal affective disorder means that the gloomy weather makes you gloomy. And sunny, bright weather makes you happy. Like and I mean, I think everybody probably gets a touch of that at one point in time. I mean, I don't get it immediately. Like it has to happen for repeatedly for weeks and weeks on end before I'm just like, holy fuck, like, oh, I can't take this anymore. I live in the South where it's supposed to be sunny and warm all the time. But what? And that's a misnomer. Actually, it's not sunny and warm all the time. As a matter of fact, according to a show called "How the States Got Their Shapes," Atlanta actually gets more rain than Seattle. Most people think of Washington State. Basically, Washington and Oregon are known for getting tons of rain, and there's a scientific reason behind that. Okay, you've got the storm fronts that move in off the Pacific. Over top of Washington and Oregon, right? And it rains, right? What happens is that front gets stopped by the Rocky Mountains, right? The Rocky Mountains start right there in Idaho and Montana and Colorado, right? So the front's moving in off the coast, and it hits the mountains. It can't go any further, right? It takes a little bit extra oomph for it to peak over or to breach the mountains, right? So it dumps all that rain on top of Washington and Oregon State, which is why Washington and Oregon State are like freaking rainforests. Like they're super lush, they're green, they're beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful land up there. So everybody thinks that Seattle and places like Seattle and Portland and Salem and whatnot get the most rainfall, right? But actually, hi Gotwood, how's it going? Apparently, Atlanta actually gets more rainfall than Seattle does. The reason why Atlanta is not as lush and green as Seattle is because Atlanta is sitting on a giant bed of granite. We don't have a lot of the water seeps into the ground and it hits the granite plate and it just runs off into the ocean. The plants can't get deep roots here. And the reason why Georgia is sitting on a huge plate of granite is this, well, not the reason why, but Stone Mountain. I've talked about Stone Mountain before. It's the largest piece of above ground granite in the world. But under the ground, it actually spreads out across the entire state. So the rain hits the ground and it seeps down as far as it can, but we're sitting on a giant piece of granite and can't go any further. So nothing can take deep root here. That's why we have pine trees. Pine trees don't have deep roots. Their roots spread out more than down. That's kind of how that works. But yeah, even this is an extraordinary amount of rain that we've had over the last couple of months. I'm tired of it. I'm just so tired of it. I need sunlight. I need some vitamin D. Please give me some vitamin D. From what I saw on the Doppler, there's some the crux of the storm is still headed for us, and I could lose power. So that'll be fun. Which I will just sit here in the dark until the power comes back on. Well, I guess I could leave. No, I'm not going to leave. I don't know. I'll see what I'll do. But just be forewarned that I could lose power here in the next hour or so when the thunderstorm portion of the weather hits today, because it's ugly. Oh, it's so dark and ugly outside, and it's not. It's been dark all day. All day. It never even got daylight today. It's so bad. I don't know if I could handle it, because I know, like, up near the poles, like, it was 36 today and rain, supposed to get down to -8 tomorrow and snow here. I'll take the rain. I'll give you that, dire thing. Like I said, it has not been overly cold, okay? This has been a very, very mild winter so far. I didn't even need a jacket, really. I mean, it was raining, but it's not cold outside right now. It's like 60 degrees. I don't know exactly what it is right now. Where's my phone? Oh, actually, you know what? I think there's a bot. So wait. Weather, Atlanta, Georgia. Let's see. I think that works. Does that, no, maybe that doesn't work? No? Ah! No. Hello, Spork Life. Spork Life. That's cute. I love sporks. I think sporks are awesome. Taco Bell still gives out sporks. Nobody else does sporks, but Taco Bell. I love sporks. Sporks are fantastic. Apparently that doesn't work. It used to. Or maybe it just doesn't work on this channel. Maybe it works on a different channel. I know, sporks are awesome. All right, let's just look it up then. Okay. Weather, Atlanta. Actually, you know what? I'll do Lilburn. How's that? Lilburn, Georgia. That's where I'm at. It is 57 degrees outside. Heavy rains. Apparently it's supposed to stop raining by tomorrow. That's cool. But it's raining. It's raining hard right now. Let's see if I can find a Doppler and show you guys. So we can see the rain. Interactive, there we go. Interactive weather map. Oh my goodness gracious. Alright, check this out. It's bad. Alright, there we go. Alright, this is what I'm sitting in right now. Alright. Let's see here. Alright, y'all ready for this? Now, I am right about... Oh, you can't even see that. Let's see here. All right, you see Lawrenceville right there? You can't see my cursor for some reason because it's a little moving hand, but you see Lawrenceville there in the middle? That's where I'm at right now. So let's push the play button here. So this is showing the past. 650, 705. This is from 640 to 705. Oh, it might move past us in here. Let's see, let's do future. There we go. Oh, good. So that really, really, really dark red part is supposed to hit me about 8 o'clock. So there you go. 8 o'clock. I'm right there below Lawrenceville. Let's, there you go, Lilburn. You see Lilburn right there? Alright. Yep. That really, really, really dark red part is going to hit me about 7:45, 8 o'clock. So, yeah, I'm probably going to lose power. And it's probably going to get noisy here. Okay, so there you go. Right there. Alright. Yeah. Oh, look at that. There's even, you see that pink part there in the bottom corner? That's ice. So there's even going to be some ice coming with that very, very bottom corner there. Let's pull that up right there. That part is going to see some ice. Not going to hit me, though. All right. So there you go. You got a bit of snow here. Spork Life is a great e-liquid maker. Oh, nice to meet you then. The artist formerly known as Gizzard Stew. Oh, I didn't remember Gizzard Stew. Hello, Milo. What's up? Sport. Okay, so Spork Life. I'm also an e-liquid maker. Nice to meet you. Hi, Jazzy. I was just showing them that here in about half an hour to 45 minutes, the really, really, really bad part of the storm is about to hit me. So we shall see whether or not I can keep power during that time. I'm not making any guarantees, dude. At all. Uh, so, um, we had big announcement actually for those of you who haven't. I have been saying this for weeks now. I said if you haven't already gone into your account on Higgy6.com, go in and change your subscription preferences to our newsletter to make sure you get notified of any announcements or sales or whatever that we put out. And a lot of you did actually. Like we had like 200 people actually went in and changed their subscription preferences. So thank you for that. But for those of you who did not, we did put out a huge announcement earlier this week. And that was that we slashed our prices. Yes, we did. We slashed our prices. They are now about, on average, about 30% lower than they were. And that's going to be our everyday price all the time. Thank you, Spork Live. I appreciate that. And I would say if you're going to use this coupon code, even on top of that 30% slash, you better use it soon because we're about to disable these. We're about to, well, we're not going to disable, well, we're going to disable this coupon code, but we're going to reissue 10% codes for the people that we sponsor. So, you know, like Scuba's code and this code and, you know, like the different people that we sponsor, you know, Peach Tax code, where they used to be 15% off, they're going to go down to 10% now. So for right now, though, and I'm not sure exactly when it's going to happen. I know David said he was going to start working on it probably on Monday. So if you're going to use that 15% off coupon code, you better use it now because it's not going to last long, okay? Yes, Miss Julie, we sponsor her too. I don't know that she has I think she has a blanket code, the one that like doesn't expire and you can use it over and over and over again. Hi Yardbird, how's it going? Has the rain passed you yet? Because I was just talking about the weather and I showed him like a Doppler map and showing how like I'm about to get hit with some nasty shit here in about 30 minutes. I did. But Yardbird lives out in West Georgia, like near the Alabama border. So whatever is coming this way has long since passed him. And I imagine that, hi, Julie's here. Okay, that's why you said Miss Julie, yes. So yes, your blanket code is going to change soon. We're going to send out a notification to everybody and let them know that their codes are changing. Instead of it being 15% off, it's going to be 10% off, but, you know, cut our prices, so, yeah. Cut our prices to 30% of what they used to be, so. On the weather map only. Oh, really? So it's still raining there? Yeah, this is a pretty bad storm, guys. This is pretty. It has. It's been so bad today. Has it been like that for you too? Like it never even got light here. Like it stayed nighttime all day. It was like dusk all day. It never got light outside. It never got. It just stayed raining the whole time. Just dark and gloomy all day. Price drop equals Higgy has their finger on the pulse of the vaping public. Yeah, Specto, it's well, I mean, we said it. I mean, we put it in the email that we wrote. We said, I actually wrote it out. It was kind of, I felt it was kind of eloquent the way I put it. Is that, you know, that once upon a time, like when we first came onto the scene, we were told by people, we were told by stores, we were told by several different entities that we priced our stuff too low, actually. That it was it was, you know, it was considered cheap, and that people would look at it as cheap, like they wouldn't look at it as quality e-liquid because it was priced too low. And it was frustrating because, you know, we did experience some of that. You know, there were some people who just kind of immediately went, oh, no, I don't have to do with that. It's too cheap. It must be shit liquid, right? But then over the years, I mean, it's been 5 years now, you know, and the industry has morphed and evolved. And we need to morph and evolve with it. You know, times they are a changing, and it's just not feasible to spend $30, you know, on a 120 anymore. And I mean, and it's gonna hurt. Okay, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's gonna hurt. Initially, this price cut is hurting, but I think it's gonna be better for in the long run because I think a lot of you guys are gonna come back. You know, maybe people who may have left in the past and might come back with the better pricing. And you know, so it's going to be more of a volume thing. That's our hope. That's our thinking, at least, that you know, with the better prices, that you'll buy more. So, you know, half six one way, half dozen the other. You know, so it helps that I have my own shows. Um, well, yeah. I mean, we have. Well, it is now, Becca. Becca, it is now. You can get it for 20 bucks, 19.95 actually. Um, and we have, and that's the thing too. I mean, we have not stopped doing our shows. You know, we use that to. I mean, that's our sole source of advertising, really. It's advertising to you guys. I found another good deal on the IPV Eclipse. If anyone is interested. Ooh. If there is one thing I can sell, is this puppy right here, because I love it. I will admit, I'm drooling. I'm drooling over that new IPV though. That IPV VIT, or VIT. I don't know what they're calling it, but it's a V-IT. I am drooling over that baby. It is like the average man. I do not. Excuse me. I do not own a G class. I have always wanted one, but I do not have one. And the IVP VIT is sort of like the poor man's G class. I think it's retailing for about $60. I have not yet contacted any of my wholesale contacts to see if they can get it. They can get one for me. But they are pretty. God, they're pretty, and they're totally like a G class knockoff. Like it has the same screen and the button on the front and all that stuff. And yeah. I want one so. You are just under the B&M prices. Well, you know, in Dyer, it was weird. Like we looked around to. Oh, I know what you meant, Becca, but I'm letting you know it's less now. With you know, we looked around a bunch of different websites and we looked around a couple of different stores and whatnot, and it seemed like our prices are still in line with it, but you know what? We don't want to be. We want to undercut you. Well, I mean, not you, but we want to undercut. We want people to come back. We want people to come back and start shopping with us. Okay, you don't get the instant gratification, obviously, when you shop online. You still have to wait a couple of days to get your product, but you know, we want to make that worth it to you. So, Yardbird, people can post links now, so just go ahead and post a link. It's all good. Jen is about the last constant show on VU. I know. Well, Leadpipe does a good job. Leadpipe does a good job of his shows. He had a water heater thing going on last week, or this last Monday. He does his shows. There you go. So 8Vape is having a good deal. What is 8Vape having a good deal on Eclipses? Let's see here. I must be of legal age. Yes. Oh, I don't want to agree to be. Oh, good. Okay, they're not asking me anything. All right. 200 watt mod, $23.95. Damn. And it looks like they have all the colors too. Look at that. They've got all, well, not all the colors. Wait, is that, yeah, 5 colors. They got all the colors. Damn, look at that. That's impressive. Well, I can't say enough about this mod, guys. I love it. It's compact. It's got that bar button, which I really, really like. It's taken a good beating. I mean, it's got some, you know, it's you could see the silver around the corners, you know, because I've been using it now for, God, how long have I had this thing now? I've had it for about a year, I think. When was the eclipse? It was in August of 2017, wasn't it? When was the eclipse? There's a lunar eclipse, solar eclipse. What year was the solar eclipse? Yes, 2007. Holy crap, it's been a year and a half. Damn. All right, yeah, there was a solar eclipse in 2017. That was, I remember because I know that Scuba got his on the day of the eclipse, actually, and I got mine a couple months later. No blue color. I found a code somewhere that took $1.96 off that price. Since my on-the-go setup was lost or stolen, I replaced my backup now and use with it. Okay, bye, Got with Joe. I just got in the recurve and the Littlefoot. They make tropical blend and you had to do it. You had to do it.
Key lime ice cream is mine. What the? Who's that bitch now?
Oh, see, you had to do, you're supposed to do that one first.
Peanut Butter Buster is mine, bitch.
So, yeah, I have the Littlefoot. I don't have the recurve. I have Bill's recurve, actually. And he told me I could try it out if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I mean, it's not mine, you know, it's his. So I don't want to like wick it up and coil it up, and I don't know. I feel weird doing that. It's not my property. So there's some good deals on the Wake Littlefoot out there now too. If anyone is interested, I can go check. It's around $20. I can find if I can find it again. Well, you know what? If you feel free to put, oh, look at that. Cassie got hers for 17 bucks. But yeah, I can't say enough good things about the Eclipse. I think that it's an awesome mod. I got no complaints. So, but yeah. Sorry. Something stuck on my teeth. So, did 8Vape get their crap together? I didn't realize that their crap was spread out. Is Shadow Hickey Six is getting their crap together. We have slashed our prices by 30%, about 30% across the board. Everything is 30% cheaper. E-liquids, not everything. I should clarify that. Not everything. We did not cut prices on coils. We did not cut prices on the coily. We did not cut prices on t-shirts. We did not cut prices on concentrates. We did not cut prices on coffee. But we did cut prices on the e-liquid. And so now you can get a 120 for $19.95. You can get a 60 for $11.95. And the rest of the prices are kind of odd prices. I don't even have them memorized yet, but they're about 30% less than they used to be. So. Oh, good night, Milo. Thank you for stopping in. So, but yes, please, by all means, go shopping on Higgy Six now that you can get your juice 30% lower. I do want to say also, that if you use a MasterCard, you better use it. If you want to use it, let's put it this way, if you want to use a MasterCard on HiggyCigs.com, you better do it this weekend. Because on Monday, I'm dropping that shit. MasterCard has, this started 2 years ago, actually. MasterCard, and I call it extortion. It's an extortion fee, actually. They put some sort of like risk. I can't remember. It's got a name. I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's basically a risk fee, right? Apparently, I'm selling a risky product. Now, you and I all know that there is no. As a matter of fact, there have been studies that have been coming out lately too that show absolutely like the idea of secondhand vapor doesn't even exist. I can't use my rewards either, and they are not shipping same day. Took them 5 days to put mine in the mail. 8 vape stays on the website to expect delays. Ugh, that sucks, Vape King. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, so 2 years ago, they decided to put out a risk fee to the vaping industry in general. And if you were a vaping company, they charged you a yearly fee, risk fee of $500. I wasn't happy about it, but I could live with it. Okay, I could live with it. Then last year, when that risk fee came in, they pulled out $1,000. $1,000. Okay. And here's the thing, everybody else that I've talked to, and I mean, come on, I know a lot of people in the industry, right? I know, obviously, George, that we're heavily involved in GSFA. We talk to and deal with a lot of other vaping companies, e-liquid manufacturers, vape shops, you name it. We deal with these people. Nobody else nobody that I've talked to got $1,000 fee like we did. So I'm not exactly sure where that came from, but we got $1,000 risk fee last year. I'm not doing that again. I mean, when it happened last year, we said, okay, fine, we're covered for a year now. But come next year, we are dropping MasterCard. And David and I discussed it actually just this morning and said, yeah, just drop MasterCard altogether. It needs to go away. So, yeah, I'm hopefully going to be taking care of that on Monday. So if you guys use, and that, the thing is most of you guys don't use MasterCard. Most of you guys, I mean, I'd say maybe about 20% of you guys have MasterCards that you use. And I apologize if this is going to cause an inconvenience for you. If you don't have any other way to pay, obviously get in touch with me and we will figure something out. But yeah, I'm done with MasterCard. Not only can I not afford it, but I don't want to support a merchant that obviously thinks vaping is so risky that they need to charge me $1,000 a year just to use them. It's not worth it to me. It's a chargeback risk. The website thing raised it. Yeah, well, I'm not, not doing it. Your bank uses, do you do PayPal? I do, I cannot do, okay. I cannot put the PayPal interface on my website. Okay, I originally had it. For those of you who have been with me since the beginning, those of you who were with me from the very first time I ever got onto Vapors TV, I did have the PayPal interface on my website, and which was great. It was awesome. But PayPal found me and said, we don't support vaping websites. We are shutting your account down unless you take our interface off of your website. And I said, all right, fine. So I took the interface off the website. Then they came back a couple months later and tried to tell me the same thing. And I'm like, why are you shutting my account down? I took it off the website months ago. Don't shut my account down. And they were like, oh, whoops, sorry. But anyway, but yeah, they froze my account for like several days, twice, because of that, because I'm a vaping company. So do I take PayPal? Yes and no. I cannot put PayPal on my website. However, if you were to say PayPal me some money, I have no problem putting that amount of store credit on your account. Okay, see how that works? Um, glad I pointed that out, Jen. Oh, about PayPal or about MasterCard? Yeah, I mean, we'll put out a notification to everybody and let them know that we're not taking MasterCard anymore as soon as I get it off my account. Um, I'm not dealing with those people anymore. My birthday is tomorrow as the blood moon rises. Oh, look at you go, girl. I heard about the blood moon, actually. The blood moon is happening as the blood moon, like as the bad moon rises. Is that right? Okay, I see what you did there. With the blood moon, if I'm not mistaken, is a partial lunar eclipse. It's when the shadow of the earth doesn't quite reach the moon. So it's like that line, like right there between where the earth is and the sun is still creeping around it and hitting it. And it casts a beautiful red cast over the moon. It's not quite a lunar eclipse. It's a very, very partial. When I say partial, like barely teeny tiny little bit. And it casts a beautiful red cast over the moon. It's quite beautiful. I am looking forward, as long as the fucking rain goes away. If it's cloudy, I can't see shit. Okay, I would not be able to see. You could see shit. I'm telling you guys, it never even got daylight today, and I'm not even exaggerating. Okay, it was as dark all day long as it is at dusk or dawn, like when the sun is just barely creeping out, or just right after it sets, like, and it's still just barely light out. Like, that's what it was like all day long today. I use Squared Up or PayPal my salon. You know, I would. The thing is hi T Storms, how you doing? Nice to see you here. It's the last lunar eclipse until 2021. No kidding. So there'll be a full eclipse this week. Nice. So I mean, and I haven't logged into it in a long ass time. I have Square. And Square is fine. Square is actually really decent, but it's a face-to-face thing. They don't have an internet interface, which they should get, to be honest with you. Feeding your face. I fed my face a little earlier, actually. But yes. So did you hear the news, T Storms? We slashed our prices, slashed them across the board, all day, every day. Your juice, your way, and now for less. Oh, so what other big news? Okay, so we slashed our prices. We're gonna drop MasterCard because fuck them. Do we have any? Oh, look at that. Somebody's talking to me. Oh, David's talking to me. You did. I'm going to check out the site tonight. Also, I bought a new template. It's pretty cool. It's funky. I'm hoping it seems easier to use. I mean, I think our site's easy to use, and I think our template's great. But I did buy a new template that's a little bit more funky and interactive. So I'm hoping that, and we want to apply it. We want to apply it pretty soon, actually. But it might take a little bit of work. We might have to take the website down to do it. I'm not sure, or we might just have to do it at a time, like, you know, it might make things a little bit funky. Like, we might have to apply the template, and then while it's still live, like, I'll be making changes to it while people are shopping. So it might be a little bit crazy. But when we finally do apply it, it's pretty cool, actually. It's a pretty cool template. Um, it's got some really cool filters on it and stuff, so you'll be able to filter stuff out quicker. And you know, just like if you're looking for fruits and whatnot, we have some other plans actually to sort of reinvent, I don't want to say reinvent Higgy Sigs, but to make it less confusing for newbies, you know. We've really discovered that a lot of times, I mean, unless you have been in the vaping industry for a long time, or unless you make it a point to learn about e-liquids, there's a lot of things about e-liquid that people don't understand and don't know, you know. And you know, like one of the things that really drives us crazy is the fact that people now, there are so many people out there, they flat out believe and think and wholeheartedly think that you absolutely have to use nic salts in a pod device. Like you can't use regular liquid nicotine in a pod device. That is a lie. That is wrong. As a matter of fact, you can use liquid nicotine in a pod device, and you can generally use a hell of a lot less nicotine than you would with nic salts to get the same effect. You know, I mean, you end up using 40 or 50 milligrams of nic salts in a pod device when you could probably get away with like 15 to 18 milligrams with liquid. Okay, so we want to sort of recategorize things in a way that is more newbie friendly. You know, for those of us who have been vaping for a long time, you know, most of us who have been vaping for longer than say 3 or 4 years, you know, we all started out with not a pod device necessarily, but with a non-sub-ohm, you know, pen device, right? And the only thing that was available, the only thing that people used in those devices were high PG stuff. You know, now we have people like T-Storms who still uses that type of device and prefers a high PG, right? And there's so many companies out there don't offer that anymore. Did I say nudie? I meant newbie. Did I say nudie friendly? Well, we like it when you're nudie friendly too. What the what? So we want to make it, you know, so like, look, hey, you know, if you have a pen device, you know, here's what you want. You know, this is, you want 70-30. And when I say 70-30, I mean PG VG. I do not mean swapping it around. I mean PG is 70, VG is 30, you know. Or if you have a pod device, you know, like to narrow that down, because we don't want the people with those options to, you know, when people don't know, like they haven't been around, right? And they don't know, when they see how much VG do you want in your liquid, they're like, what? And they don't know. They have no idea what to choose. So we're going to maybe break it down more by like what device are you using. Do you have a sub-ohm device? Are you a cloud chaser? You have a pod device? You have a pen device? Like what do you have? This is what you need. Are you? You know better. Put the PG number first. It's 3070. You know that. Did I make you? The last time you ordered from me, did I make it right? Just let them guess at actually it's about 4,000 Dyer thing. There's only 4,000 possible configurations, but yes. And that's just it though. You know, we want, you know, pod devices are probably going to want higher, but we still want to give people the option to select whatever nicotine they want on a pod device. But some ohm devices and cloud chasers obviously are not going to go over 6, you know. So we want to make it newbie, B as in boy, newbie friendly, right? Because it's overwhelming, I think, when you come to our website and there's so many different options. You can't just say, ooh, I like that flavor, here, give it to me, kind of thing. No, Train. PGVG did not switch in 2015. The vaping industry chose to swap it around, but they did so against scientific standards. Scientific standards say that a ratio must be listed in alphabetical order. Therefore, we will always list it in alphabetical order. Propylene glycol before vegetable glycerin. That's the way it works. Stuart, yes, I changed that because it was so frustrating. Initially, we had listed select your PGVG ratio, right? And we had the ratios listed. And I even said on there, select your PGVG ratio. Please note, PG number comes first. I would get probably 5 or 6 orders a week, at least. Probably more than that, of people who would swap the numbers around. Because they weren't reading, people don't read. They just select, they go, oh, I like 30-70 or I like 70-30, and they would just go. But I knew that I could tell, either got low nicotine or, I just had a feeling, right? And 98% of the time I would contact these people and I'd say, oh yeah, thanks for catching that. Yeah, swap it around. Occasionally you'd have somebody who was like, no, I prefer high PG. But, for the most part, yeah. And I was just like, I am so tired of this. It's driving me crazy. It slows me down because I have to contact these people. Then I have to wait for them to respond. And, people work, so they can't always respond. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm like, fine. Just ask for the VG level. I'll figure out the PG on my own, okay? Yeah, everyone did fall in love with Back's VG Train, but that still doesn't mean that the VG number should come first. People think that just because there's more of it, it should be listed first. But that's not the way a ratio works. A ratio can go this way or this way. That doesn't mean you switch them around and put the bigger number first. You just don't do that. Well, Jazzy, that's my point, though, is that there is a level. You said the only thing that stops me from using high neck in a regular e-juice is the damn throat hit. With Nic Salts, you can vape high neck with no throat hit. But that's kind of my point, is that you can get the same effect with less nicotine. There's a balance somewhere, okay? Like, I can vape on 50 milligrams of Nic Salts and get the same effect with 18 milligrams of liquid. So why would I vape? Why would I put that much extra nicotine in my body and it be smoother to where my body might even be thinking I'm not getting enough nicotine when I can get the same effect from 18 milligrams? Like, why would I do that? There's a happy balance. There's a balance somewhere. Somewhere there is a liquid balance for the salts that you like, whether it's 14 or 10 or 20 or whatever. There's a balance. You just have to find it. Been avoiding the bandwagon. What's the deal with Nic Salts? Okay, Specto, here we go. Because you have long spells between vape breaks. Oh, it'll still get you. I mean, it's really. I love my pod device, but I do not put Nic Salts in it. All right. So Nic Salts are it's a different method of extracting nicotine. Well, not really extracting nicotine. The nicotine is still extracted, but it sort of goes through this process where it's like crystallized and then reliquefied. I don't know the whole. I'm not intelligent enough to explain the process, but Silver Stacker, Wisconsin. I just started cleaning up all my old stuff. I haven't vaped in 2 years and everything has changed. Shop looked at me like I was weird when I said I don't sub them. Screw them. If you don't sub them, I got you covered. I give you all the levels of nicotine that you could choose from, and I give you all the levels of PG-VG ratio you can choose from. If you still want to use a pen device, come see me. All right, so The deal with Nick salts. Okay, so basically, it's a different process where the nicotine, for layman's terms, they dehydrate it, they crystallize it, and then they reliquefy it, and it becomes more intense that way. It also becomes smoother. Okay, I mean, I'm not saying that nicotine salts don't have their pros. They do. Um, you can vape extremely high levels of nicotine with the Nick salts, and you do not get that burning throat hit. Okay, it's very smooth. It allows more of the flavor to come through at much higher levels. Okay, but you almost need those higher levels to do that. Nick salts at low Nick levels are practically useless. Okay, this is why a lot of the pod devices, which are not sub-ohm devices, use the Nick salts because you can put, I mean, Juul, for example, Juul uses like 54 milligrams of Nick salt in their pods. 54 milligrams. I mean, that's like twice as high as, more than twice as high as we even offer. But is it benzoic acid? I'm like I said, I'm not intelligent on how it's made. I just know that it basically makes it more intense with the level of nicotine, but a smoother flavor. So, and that's sort of the difference between the Nick salts and the liquid nicotine, is that with liquid nicotine, I mean, even in a pod device, like I use 18 milligrams in my pod device, and I get a nice little throat hit from it. And I kind of like it, actually. Kind of reminds me of when I used to smoke. You know, you could feel it. You could feel it going down. You know, like ooh, yeah, I got it. You find the Nick salts more satisfying? With me, actually, I didn't find them very satisfying. I mean, I have tried them and I didn't care for them. I mean, they're okay, but eh. It's like freebase cocaine and crack cocaine. It's the way they extract the product. Actually, I thought I don't know. I thought that crack cocaine was cut. Like it doesn't take a lot of cocaine to make crack. That's why it got so popular, because a little bit of cocaine would go a long way. Yeah, I wouldn't describe it as more smooth because it's cut. It's cut a lot and then cooked to make it do that. But yeah. I like the throat hit when I first started. Yeah, I don't like it all the time, Vape King. I mean, obviously not. I mean, I'm doing like 3 milligram here. But it's more, yeah, I mean, it is a quicker, more intense buzz, but it takes a lot less cocaine from what I gather. I mean, what I've read about, I don't actually know. I partied a lot, but I didn't really go that far. But yeah, when I'm stuck with a pod device, like, say, I don't know, when I'm on an airplane, which I'm not saying that I vaped while I was on the plane, but I'm not saying I didn't. I did. I totally did. I sat right there in my seat and I vaped. I stealth vaped. And when you get that third hit, you kind of feel like, yeah, I got me a good hit of nicotine. I'm good for an hour. It's a long flight from Las Vegas, guys. I mean, and plus you have to be at the airport early, and you have to go through security, and then you have to get on the plane, and it taxis, and it takes off, and then it lands. You have to go to the airport again. I mean, like, David became a dick. I kept telling him, my mom, she's 66 years old. She doesn't move that fast, right? And David's out walking 10, 15 feet ahead of us trying to get out the door so he can vape. I'm like, dude, you need to cut. He did the whole time too. He kept walking ahead of us, looking like an idiot. Here I am trying to stick with my mom so that she doesn't feel like she's, dragging us behind, because she can't walk that fast. She had knee surgery, for crying out loud. She's 66 years old. And, yeah, he was, oh man, when he was jonesing for vape, he was a dick. He was a dick. I mean, and when I try to I try to yell at him to walk with us and all, he was a dick. Dude, do not take that man's vape away from him. He turns into a colossal asshole. Thank you, D-Storms. Banking institutions trying to put vape companies on the same category as gun companies. Hell no. Man, I don't know what I'm going to do if Visa does that shit. You know, we still take Discover and Amex. I mean, it's a very, very small portion of my business. Not that many people use Amex or Discover. A few of you do. But I would say for the most part, people use Visa. You know, like I said, it's probably about 20%. 20% of you guys out there use MasterCard. Like I said, if it's going to be a problem, just get in touch with me. We'll work something out. But yeah, as soon as possible, come Monday, I am dropping that shit. I hope so. Yeah, if I don't think. Hi, Yardbird. Discover's still around. We do take it. I've got a couple people who consistently use their Discover card. And I have a couple of wholesale accounts that use Amex. But yeah, for the most part, you guys use Visa. I know it's going to piss some people off when I drop MasterCard, but like I said, just get in touch with me. We'll work something out. I cannot be extorted by these people again. Yeah, I know Discover. They're more expensive though. They are more expensive. Discover, they're not as expensive as Amex, but they are more expensive to take as a processor. They give you guys cashback rewards, but they sort of rape the people that you're buying from. Oh, my Discover card is like, it's all pretty and everything. My Discover card is like silver, actually. It's very pretty. They're called Nick Picks. Oh, I've seen those. The Nick Picks. Yeah. They're nicotine infused toothpicks, actually. So you pick your teeth and you can suck on them and get your nicotine that way. Visa will probably hit you as well, but I think theirs is more like a bond, so it's less like extortion. Like a bond? Like something you can get back? Or something you can invest in? What do you mean by a bond? Like an insurance bond? I don't know. So far, Visa has been pretty cool. To me, it's like, these are life-saving devices. There's more than enough proof out there to show that they're not risky at all. There's been several articles that have been floating around lately showing that secondhand vapor is a non-issue. There is literally absolutely nothing wrong with secondhand vapor. I've seen studies that show that secondhand vapor is actually cleaner than the breath you exhale. Okay, why? Because nicotine and propylene glycol are antimicrobials. They actually clean the air. So, the vapor you exhale has less VOCs, which means volatile organic compounds, than the breath you exhale. If Visa does that, can I mail you a check? Yeah. Used to be they charge you for the chargebacks and then refund it after a while, but I have not had to do this in a long time. May have changed. I have been, to be honest with you, I have had very few chargebacks. It's happened a couple of times, but I've had very, very few of them. As a matter of fact, I've had 4 in 5 years. Right. I know the ones about the volatile organic compounds has been out for a long time. But there's been new studies that have come out though, showing that it was a long-term study. I think it was 10 years. Absolutely no effect on the lungs of a vapor. There's been new studies that have come out about the secondhand vapor, which is like a non-existent thing. There's no such thing as secondhand vapor. I know that there was a study of showing that if you were in an enclosed room, non-ventilated enclosed room with 100 vapors who were vaping constantly, it would take 30 minutes for you to ingest the same amount of nicotine that it would standing next to a single smoker for 5 minutes. So 100 vapors in a non-ventilated room for 30 minutes versus standing next to a smoker in an open space for 5 minutes. Maybe it was 5 or 6 minutes. Yeah. So there you go. They can count the related chargebacks when a compromise is discovered for the risk part. They can count the related chargebacks when a compromise is discovered for the risk part. Yeah, I don't care. I just had a lot of them. No, I didn't actually, Dire King. I didn't have any chargebacks. I had 2. That due to that whole mess, I had 2. Fortunately, it did not actually come back on me for chargebacks. So, we do smell better. It is true. We do. We smell lovely. I smell like Earl Grey tea. Actually, I've been told that my Earl Grey tea smells like Fruit Loops. Which is cool because I actually have a Fruit Loops flavor, but yeah, apparently this stuff smells like Fruit Loops. If 100 vapors vape in a forest, does it mean it will be foggy in the morning? Odd if it does or doesn't. They still missed it. Oh, you come up with the best ones, Yardbird. I love it. It's awesome. You had 3 just from my account before the bank killed the card. They were those were not chargebacks, Dire. The charge that you placed with me went through. The chargebacks happened on the fraudulent charges. The charge you had with me was not fraudulent. There was only 2 that I got caught in the crossfire of being considered a fraudulent charge, and I worked that out. It was actually the same customer, and I worked that out with him. And he took the charge. He paid for it. It wasn't a. He totally made up for it. It's just, oh, I love that joke, Stuart. I've been told I smell like vanilla cupcake. I wonder why. It's just like that joke. I know, right? That joke says, here I am walking down the sidewalk and I smell some pineapple cookies and I think I'm about to get me a treat. And then I turn the corner and I see it's just Brad and his cloud of lies. Glad you got your order in last night. Oh, did you? Wow, look at that. Yes, you did. Why? I mean, our prices are not going up. They're staying the same. This is every day now. Everyday prices. I thought you were a vanilla cupcake, complete with a crumb-covered paper-wrapped bottom. Oh, Yardbird, that just paints a picture I don't want to see. I don't want to see. Don't put that visual in my head. So, because I used a MasterCard. Oh, okay. Yes, like I said, big announcement. And like I said, we will be putting out a notification to you guys and letting you know that yes, MasterCard, hopefully I can get it dropped by Monday, because I am not letting them blackmail me for another $1,000. And like she said, I don't know why I got hit with 1,000. Nobody else got hit with 1,000 last year, or nobody that I've talked to. If you know of somebody, or if you are run a vaping company and you got hit with that $1,000 fee, please let me know, and so I don't feel so isolated and singled out. But yeah, I got hit with $1,000 last year, and I was not happy about it at all. Can I talk about I can talk about the pricing, John. We slashed our prices actually. The whole point of it was that, um, once upon a time when we first came out, we first launched our website, which is almost 5 years ago now. Thank you guys so much. I can't begin, like, I can't, I'll get all choked up here if I talk about it because I can't begin to tell you how honored and moved that I am that you guys spend your hard-earned money with me just so I'll keep making my product, and that you've been doing that long enough now that I've been in business for almost 5 years, and that I can devote all of my time to do this. Like it's it's humbling, and it's just an honor. I mean, you have 10,000 different juice companies out there that you could go to, and you come to us, and I'm so incredibly honored by that, and that it's been going on now for 5 years, enough to keep me in business, enough to keep my bills paid, enough to keep food on my table, and that it's an amazing feeling, okay, that I come in every day and I see that there's orders to be made, and and this is worldwide. I mean, I have people in the UK, I have people in Australia, New Zealand, I have people in the Netherlands and Norway and Belgium and Cyprus and Israel, and I mean, I have people all over the world that come to my website and spend their hard-earned money with me so that I'll keep making my product. And like I said, I'm so incredibly touched by that. And once upon a time, when we first started, we actually used My Freedom Smokes as a guide because we didn't know what we were doing. We went to My Freedom Smokes because that was our favorite online web store, was My Freedom Smokes, and we saw what they were charging for their bottles. So we decided to just slightly undercut them, right? We knew we were never gonna, well, I don't know about never, but we knew we weren't as big as My Freedom Smokes, of course, but we wanted to, we thought they had a great business model, so we decided to take their pricing and undercut them just a little bit. At the time, we actually sort of got our wrists slapped. We got our wrists slapped by other juice makers, by other vaping companies, by the stores, by the retail stores, saying that our stuff was priced too low, actually, and that it was considered cheap because it was priced so low that people didn't want to try it because they thought it was cheap, and cheap meaning low quality cheap, right? And so we stuck with our guns, and there were people who did. They thought we were just cheap, low quality juice, and we kept trying to impress upon the fact that we were bringing you value, the highest possible quality for the lowest possible price. But over the years, we have grown, of course, as a company. We've been able to buy in bigger and bigger bulk, and we've been able to expand our business quite a bit, obviously. And so the industry itself evolves and morphs, right? Obviously we didn't have sub-ohm devices back then. People weren't using as much e-liquid. Now people use sub-ohm devices. They go through 10, 20, 30, 50 mils a day, and spending that much money on juice is just not feasible anymore. And it was starting to show. It was starting to show that our, other people's prices are coming down and ours had stayed the same. So we needed to evolve with it as well. So we basically decided to slash our prices about 30% across the board. Whereas a 120 mil used to cost you $30, it's now will cost you $19.95. A 60 mil used to cost you $18, and it will now cost you $11.95. And that's going to be our price every day, all day. I try Vape King. I don't have isn't the website to get her all verklempt. Oh my God, you're so funny. That was the Grim. Wait, that was Grimm's problem. What was Grimm's problem? Yeah, and the industry has gotten cheaper too. I'll be honest with you. The stores are kind of greedy. Really. They really are. Oh, you got to do it.
Peanut Butter Buster is mine, bitch. Key lime ice cream is mine. What the? Who's that bitch now?
So, thank you, John M. And I will tell you though, the stores are kind of greedy. They want profit margins that are no other industry in the world has. Actually, they want crazy profit margins, and we catered to that a lot. But it got to the point actually. But we have a few stores, of course, that are loyal and sell our products on religiously. I don't know if religiously is the right word, but sell our product consistently. Um, but they and we of course told them about what we were doing. But the thing is I probably shouldn't even be telling you this, guys, but actually it's really difficult to get into a new store. These stores are fickle. They want to be they want you to devote so much time and attention to them before they'll even put you on their shelves. You can't just walk in and be like, "Here, try my product." And they try the product, they say, "Wow, this is great." And then, and then they buy some. It doesn't work that way. They want to be wined and dined and schmoozed and massaged for months and months at a time sometimes before they'll even consider putting you on the shelf. And it's like, I don't have time for that, you know? And I don't have time to sit there and babysit every single account I have. I have my loyal accounts that I make sure that I take care of and I make sure that they're happy. But I can't babysit, 100 different accounts. So we're just like, you know what? It's time to cater to you guys. Why cater to the portion of our business that's not giving us a return? Let's start catering to you guys. And that's exactly what this is about. This was about giving you guys what you want. I'm almost through one of the Nilla Nuts coffees. What? Don't change your mail order bottles. Breeze, we have the Gorilla bottles, and those we will still offer to the stores if they want them. But yeah, these babies are not going away. I don't like the Gorilla bottles. I think that these are better bottles. They are more functional. You can get every last drop. Look at this, guys. I'm on my last few drops. You turn this thing upside down, everything drips down to the bottom. It's got a little bit of an angle so that every little tiny drops, comes out, right? I think I'm gonna see if we get it out here. Every drop. Look at that. I thought it was empty. I still got another way to go. I don't even know how much is in there. Every drop comes out. They are easier to reuse. If you know how to get the tips off, they are very easy to reuse actually. I like these bottles. Okay, I know they don't look pretty on the shelf, but whatever. They're more functional. You never throw out a Higgy 6. And I do have the newer Gorillas actually. I mean, that's what we have for the stores, and they are better. David tried them out, and he actually said it didn't bother him. He thought it would, but it didn't. He actually liked it. But yeah, it's like, you know what? I mean, we have them here, and and they have like a whole new label on it and everything. They're all like snazzy looking and everything, but you know what? If they ain't buying, you know, what can I say? She's had her evening bath, and we had chicken and basmati. What's basmati rice? I've never heard of that before. I've heard of risotto. I've never heard of basmati. What is that? You have a spot to hold them upside down. I use the little mod stand actually that Wendy gave me, that Breeze gave me. She gave me this little deal, and I have a Gorilla bottle in here. It's empty. I just used it for show purposes. But yeah, I stick my bottle in it like that. Oh, I also have my little Harry Potter wand. A customer bought this for me. One of my customers went to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in Orlando and brought me back a wand on a keychain. So put that in here too. It's Indian rice. Ooh, rice with herbs, chopped carrots, and other veggies. Mmm, yummy. Smells like butter popcorn when cooking. Yum. Not Native American Indian, but Middle Eastern Indian. I get it. Gotcha. Asian Indian. I will say, when you said not Native American Indian, it kind of it's frustrating to me when people say Asian, and they're referring only to Southeast Asia, basically all the Oriental countries, because in case you didn't know, guys, Asia is a big continent. It's a supercontinent, right? It goes all the way from the North Pole all the way down to the Indian Ocean, and then all the way out to the Pacific Ocean, right? And it encompasses a lot of countries, all right? It encompasses all of the Middle East. It encompasses most of Russia. Russia actually covers part of Europe as well, but most of Russia, and of course all of the Orient, right? So to call people Asian when you're only referring to Southeast Asia gets a little bit on my craw. Okay, it gets a little bit on my craw. Right, Indonesia, well, all of the middle. I mean, I kind of consider Indonesia and India and, you know, Pakistan and Afghanistan and all those, that's sort of the Middle East to me, you know, like the southern part of Asia, or maybe even the southeastern part of Asia, or not southeastern, southwestern part of Asia. Southeast is the Orient. But the Asians are only in that small part. Get with the program. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, to call them Asian when you're only referring to this little part of the continent is just, it gets in my craw. Because technically speaking, there are, like I said, all of the Middle East and most of Russia are also Asian. Because they live in Asia. Okay? I mean, as Ralphie May put it, like, you know, they go from, like, I mean, the people that live on the continent of Asia go from, like, whiter than me to, like, you know, darker than midnight kind of thing. Like, they're very, very diverse, okay? And to refer to the Oriental countries as Asian, it gets me, it annoys me. It annoys me. It annoys me so much. 2 nights this week, didn't need a nap after work. Yay! Our rest is getting better. I know, like I said, and Asia also, I mean, the Asian, what people refer to the Asian is that whole southeast corner, right? Plus all those islands, you know, the Philippines and Japan and all those other little islands in there. No. Asia is the whole continent. It's kind of like calling horses animals. If it gets in your craw, it will get stuck in your craw. Kind of like, it isn't wrong, kind of like, I know, well, it's like saying, though, that, you know, like, I'm trying to think of a good example. You know, it's like saying that you know, all Catholics are Christian, but not all Christians are Catholic. Okay? So all of the people who live in the Orient are Asian, but not all of the people who live in Asia live in the Orient. Yeah, that's just not the way it works. So, as I pointed out earlier, and I know you guys probably weren't in here at the time, but I am tethered tonight because I made a boo-boo. I don't know if I go into the lab, I'm gonna have to turn on the mic in there and do it without a headset because I forgot I left my headset on and I forgot to plug it in. It was dead. It was deader than a doornail when I got in here. Oops. Whoopsie. So, let's see, do I have any other announcements to make? But Jen, when people leave there to go elsewhere, when they get out of Asia, do they become disoriented? I don't know, you'd have to ask them. That was a good one, though. Oh, the fairy liquid. Yeah, the fairy potion. I'm supposed to make the fairy potion, right? I am supposed to make the fairy potion. Let's see. And I don't have that many recipes left to do either, actually. I have the one that we changed. We could make this one. It was Cassie's idea. It was guava, passion fruit, mango, and cantaloupe. We could do that one. That could be fairy potion. You want to make fairy potion? For y'all who don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to show this to you. This is an actual Facebook conversation that I had on my Higgy Sigs Facebook page. Hi, my name is, and how may I get the ingredients of fairy potion? I said, I'm sorry, I don't understand your question. Can you call me? No. How may I get the ingredients of fairy potion? I do not carry a product called Fairy Potion, and even if I did, I wouldn't give you the ingredients of it. That is proprietary information. Please explain your question. No way, I hate you now. Your video channel, I'm not going to subscribe to it. That escalated so quickly. I didn't even respond. I just smart conversation is done, and I'm done with it. I said, no, I'm good. I'm good. And I even protected her identity. So there you go. You know, Vape King, if it was a kid, I mean, it did sound like a kid. I'm not gonna lie. It totally sounded like a kid. But the profile that was attached to it was definitely an adult. So it was either a kid who had taken over her mother's Facebook profile, or just a very, very immature woman. Because it definitely came across as a child. There's no question about it. I mean, adults don't do that. No, I'm not going to subscribe to you now. Ooh, hit me where it hurts. Have you guys been to my video channel? I do not put a lot of effort into getting you people to subscribe to my video channel. I don't mind if you do. I think it's great if you do, but we don't put a lot of content there. We put some funny stuff there. We put some announcements there, and we put some informational stuff there and whatnot. But for the most part, we don't put a whole lot of stuff on our YouTube channel, okay? Call it Cassie's Fairy Breeze. It's got to be Fairy Potion. Gotta be Fairy Potion. But like, okay, if you guys want to go subscribe to my YouTube channel, that'd be awesome. I think I got like 300 and some odd subscribers. I'm not even sure how I got those, and I love you guys for it. But yeah, like, I mean, I might have more than that. Actually, you know what? I might have more than that now. Because I know I got a lot of subscribers during the whole FDA ingredients listing thing. because I put up that instructional video on how to use the spreadsheet. I'm at 381 subscribers. Oops. I don't know why that's our main video. David needs to take that shit down. Yeah, I have 381 subscribers. So yeah, thank you guys for subscribing. I appreciate it. Opay. I like the name Cassie Opay. Cassiopeia. I like it. Cassiopeia. You were 381. Awesome, Stuart. That's cool. But yeah, we have a oh, look at that. Look, it's not even, I don't even have the link in there. Look at that. That's our Facebook link. All right, here we go. youtube.com/Higgy6. There you go. If you guys want to subscribe, knock yourself out and subscribe. We don't put a lot of information there, but we do put up, you know, videos that we think you guys might like. You know, when we make our funny videos, or you know, there was our St. Patrick's Day video with Spy Goat, and you know, some of David's bedtime stories, and the news of the weird thing that we used to do, and informational videos and whatnot. But yeah, you know, so like, we appreciate it when you subscribe, but Facebook is mostly where we play. Yes, all of the links are at the bottom of the homepage. If you look in the footer, we have a lot of footer information on our homepage. We have our Twitter, our Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, the times and links to all the shows that we do, like all that stuff is there. So thank you guys so much. I mean, seriously, you guys, I can't, like I said, it gets me all choked up. I love you guys. I love you guys. You guys have made this worthwhile, because I mean, running a business is a pain in the ass. It's a headache and a half. You know, there's so much to deal with. There's taxes and registration fees and business licenses and LLC fees, and you know, there's just so much to deal with. And, you know, I mean, having to keep up with inventory, and of course customer service, and, you know, not to mention producing the product. I mean, there's just so much that goes into this, and it makes it worth it. It makes it worth it because you guys keep coming back, and I really can't say thank you enough. I can hardly believe it's gonna be 5 years this April that we've been in business. 5 whole years. It's awesome. What's Facebook? Haha. I tell you what, I cannot. We woefully neglect our Twitter and Instagram accounts. David told me at one point that when I post something to Facebook, it's supposed to automatically post to Twitter and Instagram, but I don't know that it does. He needs to get on that because it's so hard. You have to use your phone for Instagram. Instagram is, you can't use, like, it's not a desktop friendly program or website. You can't, like, function in your account on your desktop. I don't want to get on my phone. Loudmouth trivia was it really? Holy crap. Damn, really? I know there's an app called Grambler, I think. I have it here somewhere. It's just frustrating though. I don't like it. You can do it if you have something like a platform manager. Yeah, I need to look into one of those. Thank you, Breathe. I would just prefer it, like I said, if I post something to Facebook, just copy it over to Twitter and Instagram. Make it an automated process. Do it for me, so I don't have to deal with those things. I don't even know how to get into our Twitter account. David has the login for our Twitter account. I don't even know what it is. I tried once. I thought I knew what it was, and then I tried and I couldn't get in. I don't know what our Twitter account, I don't know what it has on it. I have no idea. All right. Whew. I need to drink something. I'm getting kind of Nick queasy. If you guys feel yourself getting queasy, because you're vaping a lot, drink something. Seriously. I can get you in touch with Left Brain. Is that like a company or like a program? Oh no, Detra. Okay, I'll get onto that in a second, Vape King. Detra, I'm so sorry to hear that. 14 years old, Pascal. I mean, that's what you want. That's what you hope for, of course. That it's not anything painful or tragic. What kind of fur baby was it? Was it a dog? I know, that's so terrible. I'm so crazy about my dogs. Actually I took a picture today, and I posted it on my Facebook page. Those of you who follow me on Facebook, let's see here. Here we go. I managed to get this picture of them. Earlier today, Fizzgeek didn't even want to look at me. She was looking at me, and then as soon as I pulled out the camera, she was all like, nope. And I finally got her to look at me. I'm so crazy about my dogs. It's not even funny. And they were sitting together, too. They never sit together like that. Ever. They never sit together like that. So they were sitting on the couch together, and they were just looking at me, and they were so cute. Oh, I love my babies so much. It just makes my heart hurt to look at them. I love them. Look at how sweet they are. Oh, so let's see. This should say he was a cat, but an awesome one. You know, that's a good life though. That's a good life for a cat. He was obviously very well loved and very well taken care of. So there you go. That's awesome. That's awesome that he lived a great life, Tetra. And I know he was well taken care of and loved. Because they don't last to be 14 years old if they're not well taken care of and very loved. Okay, so Vape King said, you remember Pepper. Yes, Pepper passed away. Pepper passed away 2 years ago. It's hard to believe it's been 2 years. So yeah, he passed away 2 years ago. And again, just like Detra, it was quietly, it was in his sleep. He was nearly 17 years old, so yeah, he lived a very good life. He was very loved. He had definitely gone deaf. He could not hear jack shit anymore. He could hear when the other dogs were barking, but that was about it. Because like he'd be stone deaf to anything else, and he'd hear the other dogs start barking, and he'd just jump up and start barking. He didn't know what he was barking at. He just knew it was time to bark. But so Vape King said something about Vic. Yes. For those of you who do not know, Vic's office was robbed. A couple nights ago, some people broke in and they took all of his computer equipment. Apparently they knew what they were doing too, because they took all the good vape gear and left all the crap behind. So, but you know what? The vaping industry rallied. They rallied around Vic, and they donated a lot of money to him through his PayPal account and through a GoFundMe. He's got enough money now to replace everything and to get back up and running as soon as possible. So he actually asked people to stop sending him money at this point. He had enough to replace everything, and he did put out a post saying, you know, thank you so much. He was moved, he was humbled, but you can stop sending me money now. So yeah, it totally does, Cassie. But yeah, his cameras, his lighting equipment, his computer, everything. They took it all. Don't get me started. I have such a disdain for it's becoming so commonplace now. Like it's like people. It's becoming the societal norm that people think that they just take whatever they want. Like, that they don't have to work for it, they don't have to pay for it, just take what they want. You know, we had that problem. Obviously, we had a security hack, right? We had somebody who got into our system and stole, you know, a lot of you guys' credit card numbers. I'm utterly mortified that happened to us, right? We are absolutely secure now. As Aries put it, he came on to, I think it was our UK show, and flat out said that, he's pretty much an expert when it comes to internet security. And he said that we're secure, more secure than like 70% of the financial institutions out there. Like, we are secure, all right? And it was, it was a nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare. And I just could not, I can't believe that that happened to us. I can't believe that happened to you. I'm mortified that it happened to any of our customers, because our customers are everything. Yeah, I mean, I've been telling you guys the whole time how much I love you guys, and you guys have made this whole journey so worthwhile, and I would never do anything to jeopardize that. And this fucker just picked on the little guy, picked on the little guy in the playground, and, stole from my customers. I mean, I could hang this guy by his toenails, and just shoot him with a BB gun for a while until he was bruised and welted up all over the place. And then I would start shooting him with a 22 so that it didn't really do any damage except punch a lot of holes in him. I'm so pissed off at this guy. Like, how? How could he do that? Looking at you, Nameless Wisconsin Mom and Pop Vape Shop. What? No, we have been absolutely secure now. Yeah, I mean, and I am. You had to get another. Now, we have been absolutely, I can say without a doubt, we have been absolutely secure since before we went to Vegas. So that was December 13th. There have been no incidents. And David has been on top of the server and on top of the incoming and outgoing data, and yeah, there's been no incidents since then. Because they knew what he had and what to take. I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know who it was. Vape King, obviously, that's for the police to figure out. But whoever it was knew what they were going after, obviously. I don't know that it was another reviewer. I don't know that it was another vapor. I don't know if it was one of Vic's haters. I don't know what it, we don't know anything like that. But they knew their vape equipment, because like I said, they took all the good shit and left it. And RS, however many times it had to do with us, I'm mortified. I am mortified. Okay? I cannot believe that this fucker managed to get into our system. Alright, but no, we're secure now. Seriously, guys, you really have no idea how secure we are. We are like Fort fucking Knox now. You're having fun with the perps. I lock my card and watch all the declined purchases. Oh, well, I'm glad you're getting some entertainment out of this, RS. Like I said, I'm absolutely mortified. No, I know it wasn't all. I mean, I took note of there was a specific time frame where we were vulnerable, and I certainly took note, and I know that you did not place 7 orders in those times, so I know it wasn't that they weren't all me. I know a couple of them were, but it wasn't all me. I'm sorry that you've had other situations where your card got hacked. And these people are relentless, though. These people are absolutely relentless, and I am, like I said, I'm beyond mortified that anything happened to jeopardize my relationship. I'm sure I've lost customers. I'm positive I lost customers during this nightmare. Customers that will never come back to me. you know. And to be honest with you, if I was one of my customers, I probably would have too. Like, some of you guys have gone above and beyond the effort that you have made to continue being my customer, and I am so grateful for that. Like, I can't even say that I would have been that persistent. You know, I'm again just humbled and so incredibly grateful that you were so patient and understanding while we dealt with this fucking nightmare. Lone Perp was stupid. They ordered a dog bed and had it sent to me. That was stupid. Okay. Prepaid is definitely a good option if you're scared about that kind of thing. Like I said, I mean, I feel a little weird being like, look, yeah, I had a hacker, but now, feel free to shop on my site. Well, I would shop on my site now. I know how secure my site is, okay? And I would totally shop on my site. I have no problem whatsoever, putting my own card information onto my own site if I had to, okay? Like, I would do that in a heartbeat because I know how secure it is. And it's really secure. So, but yes, if you're having problems, or if you have had problems, or if you're too scared, getting a prepaid Visa card is an option. Only put the amount of money on it that you need, and then use it. Whether it's my site or someone else's site, it doesn't matter. Spend them, put the money on, you need it, spend it, and then that way if the card gets hacked, there's nothing on it to steal. You can't do anything. If you have the ability, like, not going to drop business over a credit card leak when the people are being upfront about it. Cards get popped. That's why you choose a bank with a good fraud policy. Thank you, Dire Thing. Like, really, I can't even begin to thank you guys enough for being so understanding. I only had out of all of the hacks that happened, and it wasn't everybody. Like, not everybody. It didn't happen to every single order. It was a random thing, right? And out of all the ones that happened to, only one of them like pulled out the pitchforks and was just mean about it, And I tried to placate him as much as possible, but I don't think he's coming back. You had someone hack your Twitter today? Oh God. But someone used mine to purchase a nativity set. Maybe they need to understand the definition of a Christian. I'm just saying. All right. Someone bought some Adidas running shoes and they came to me as well. 3 sizes too small, but I had to fight to get it fixed. Wow. Hi, Chevy. And my bank takes rapid care of those things. I'm okay. Yeah, like I said, if RS has the ability to turn his cards off and on. So if you have that ability to do that, like turn it on right before you make a purchase and then turn it off right after you do. So that way you have a lot of control over when your cards are being used. Prepaid Visa cards are good. And like I said, only put the amount of money you need on it. So that way, if they steal it, it's like there's nothing to steal, right? And so that's the dog bed company was pretty decent. They emailed me an RMA right away. That's cool. That's so stupid though. Why? They would send it to you? Mine was used to buy a $250 pair of boots shipped 1,500 miles from my home address. The worst thing I had on my card was someone from the UK tried to charge $10,000 in concert tickets on my debit card. I imagine they got declined. I don't know about you. I don't have that kind of limits on my cards. Hey, Doc Rocks. But yeah, no, I mean, it was a nightmare. The whole thing was just a nightmare. And like I said, and I know that there was stuff going around, right? A few weeks ago, someone bought $1,200 worth of Elton John tickets on my card. The Elton John tickets too. Like, if it was just a few weeks ago, it definitely wasn't us, John M. Because like I said, our site's been locked up tighter than Fort Knox for over a month now. But yeah, like I got calls about Elton John tickets. I got calls about makeup from New York City. What are some other things that I heard? I mean, I heard some weird stuff too. But yeah, like people do suck. And the whole reason I got onto this kick was actually is because it's like, where does this mentality come from? Where does this mentality of people who just think they can just take whatever they want? That they don't have to work for it. They don't have to earn it. They don't have to, that you don't get things that you don't deserve. Okay? You deserve what you can afford. Where does this mentality come from? Where were these people raised? The only thing I don't like about my bank's diligence is that they lock my card every time I order from Fast Tech. You think they know by now? I don't even wear makeup. Was that you, Sue Cole, about the makeup thing? Because yeah, I had 3 or 4 calls about makeup coming from New York City. You've had it yeah, well, I'm just saying that the Elton John tickets were apparently a thing because I had people calling me telling me that Elton John tickets were purchased on their card. The wife has a store that triggers that repeatedly as well. And I mean, and I've had this happen to me too. I've had it happen to me. Let's see. I've had every single card I have has been hacked at least once. Most of them more than once, actually. And, I mean, it happens to everybody, and I get that. And it's so frustrating, and it's such a pain in the ass. And then you have to get a new one, and you have to wait for the new one to come. And like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I mean, and I've had, my Higgy 6 card has been hacked twice, actually. Well, it's been hacked 3 times. But twice from my card and once from David's card, which they go to the same account. And yeah, like during those times, like I had to, I had to wait for my new card to come in the mail, so I had to use David's card in the meantime. And when his got hacked, he had to use my card while we were waiting for his card to come in the mail. It's so much pain. Off subject, but I found at the antique store 3 days ago a 150-year-old gem, a muffin pan made 1859 to 860 woot woot for $20, cleaned up so beautifully, has 2 gate marks. Super excited. That's awesome. Jen, saddest of all to me are the hackers, scammers, and thieves who work so hard at their evil ways. If they work half as hard at the job, they have no need to steal. Right? And that's the thing. Like, even, like, because we tried to file a police report, but the police told us that since technically nothing was stolen from us, which I disagree with, there was nothing to report, which is why we sent it to the FBI. We totally sent the information that we pulled information about this guy off of our website. Like, he left shit behind. He left a trail behind, and we sent that to the FBI. And we told every single one of you guys that got in touch with me that had your card hacked that we sent you the same information and told you to send it to the FBI as well. So, but that's like the thing. Even the police officer was saying the same thing. He was like, if these people would just use their superpowers for good, like, how awesome would that be, right? And like, they don't. They're just trying to find those shortcuts, to a quick buck. And I could just shoot them all. I really could. I'm so tired of people feeling like they're entitled to shit they didn't earn, My peace of mind was stolen. That's the part that's frustrating. One time my card got hacked. My Higgy 6 card got hacked. They ordered like $800 worth of computer equipment, and it was from Egghead Software and Dell. And Egghead Software actually caught it. Apparently there was something about it that was hinky, and they canceled the transaction. But I tried to call them and get information, and they wouldn't give it to me. They said, well, no, it's against our privacy policy. I'm like, what privacy policy? You're protecting a criminal. Right. Well, I understand that, but we can't give that information out. They said the card didn't get charged. It's nothing, we didn't send anything out. Whatever, you have information on a criminal. And you're protecting that information? Are you serious? I do. George has been rubbing off on me, Spect. I've been here all my life. But I called Dell and asked about the order that was placed with my card, and they pulled up the information. Now, it was placed in my name. They actually got my name. They used my card and my name, but they were having the equipment sent, and this is the part that was scary. They had the equipment sent to a Dominican hair salon that was just in Conyers. Conyers is only like 15, 20 miles away. And I tried to pass that information along, and I don't know, I tried to pass along to the credit card company, or to my bank. Actually, it wasn't credit card. I passed it along to my bank, and they didn't really want to do anything with it. I don't know. I think that they've just become desensitized to it. You know, they get, they get these fraud calls every day, and they just refund the money. You know, and what happens is, my sister-in-law don't really want to claim her, used to dress up as a bum and stand on a corner with a sign and called it her job. Oh, yeah, that sucks. I tried to buy some at Nike.com. They blocked the payment because it was out of the ordinary for my account. Good, Tiger. I hate to hear that shit. And hi, Joseph. How's up? But what also, and I mean, obviously these hackers don't care, right? They don't care that who they're hurting, obviously, because they just hack into these places and they steal credit card information. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I assume that for probably most of them just think, whatever, I'm not hurting anybody, because the credit card companies will just refund the money back. And they do. Okay, you're not hurting the individual whose card you stole. Okay, for the most part, you're just inconveniencing that person. Okay, the credit card companies give the money back, they send them a new card, all's well that ends well, right? But what happens is those fraudulent charges then get charged back on the company that they spent it with. Okay, so when somebody stole, like for instance, your Tiger US got his card hacked and they went to Nike.com and bought something, all right, Nike got hit for that. All right, Tiger was inconvenienced. Okay, he got his money back, they issued him a new card, it was all said and done. But then the credit card company charged back Nike.com and gave them another fee on top of it. Gave them like a $25 or $50 fee on top of that for the chargeback, right? So when that happens to, say, small companies like me, that hurts my bottom line. I mean, it's not going to hurt Nike.com. Obviously, they probably deal with that shit all the time. But that hurts me, okay? When somebody uses a fraudulent number on my site and then it gets charged, it gets, flagged as fraudulent, that money comes back from me, okay? The credit card companies aren't just writing that shit off. They get their money back. All right, they get their money back and then some. So, it's so frustrating. Vape and Chevy, stack your cards in your wallet slots close together. I heard that it's that new chip reader that allows others to roam with portable RF equipment. Yeah, I don't know that mine are in a scan-safe wallet, but mine are stacked real close together, actually. I didn't know that might deter that, but that's cool. I think those chips are horrible. I think those chips were a worst idea ever. There's two ideas, I think. The chips were a terrible idea, and the fact that they're now putting all of the information on the back of the card is a terrible idea. Because it used to be, right, you'd have your card, and then you have the name and the number and the expiration date, right, on the front. Then you had to flip it over to get the CVV code on the back. And now they're putting all that information on the back, right? One of the I don't know if it's necessarily a safeguard, but I mean, one thing that made it a little bit more difficult for thieves to get your information is that they managed to get a picture of the front of your card if they didn't have the CVV code on the back. All right, and so they'd get stuck. Now they put all that information on the back, and yeah, I think that's the huge security risk, and I think those chips are a terrible idea. No, the issuing bank never ends up eating a dire thing. All right, the issuing bank then goes after the company that it was spent at. It is the company who processed that order, that fraudulent order. They're the ones who end up eating it. Okay, I had 2 chargebacks a couple years ago, fraudulent. It was a guy, he was in Mexico, and he had stolen a card from somebody that lived in Australia. And he shopped on my website with the fraudulent card. And he made 2 orders back to back, actually. And I ended up getting chargebacks on both of them. And I had to pay that money back plus a fee. Then that fucker decided to come back about 2 months later. And at that point, I found out actually there was a bunch of security settings. I was still very new at the time. I'd only been doing this for about a year. And I didn't know all the ins and outs of the security, right? So what's the link to the darker screen? That should do it. So, there's nothing wrong with the magnetic strip, Specto. I'm with you. Well, the magnetic strip's still there, but yeah, I hear you. So anyway, there it is. This little foot bitch can take it. Nice. See Suzanne's comment. I'm in such a bad mood and really depressed. Why? What's wrong? Can someone give me a link so I can see the show? Oh, okay, yeah. Hopefully that'll work there. If you would like to switch to dark chat, there you go. Where was I at? Oh, okay. So I had 2 chargebacks. So this same guy, there were security settings I didn't know about actually. That honestly my credit card processor should have told me about. That I had turned off. So I turned them all on. So it was like really locked down, secure. And the next time this guy came onto my site, he used 14 different cards. 14 different, and all of them got declined because the security settings were higher, right? 14 different cards. And I happened to catch, I happened to have been on the site at the time, and I can see who's logged into their accounts. And I told David too. David went in there and blocked his ass, so he can't even see our website. If he goes to higgysigs.com, it says, sorry, can't reach the site, doesn't exist. But yeah, 14 different cards. You are not doing that to me again. And then yeah, during our crazy hacker nightmare, I had 2 more chargebacks, but they weren't because they were fraudulent. It was just because the customer reported it fraudulent, and the bank took everything that was done like that day, like everything that was still pending, and made them all fraudulent. It wasn't, I mean, the customer told them, no, Higgy's is real. The rest of them are fraudulent, but they knocked everything out. And so I ended up getting 2 chargebacks there. Those are the only chargebacks I've had like in 5 years. My car was totaled and I can't get around. I was almost run over by a car last night walking home. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's terrible, Suzanne. I'm so sorry to hear that. My family lives in South Carolina. I have no money to buy a new one. I was going to get a job and now have no way to get around to even get a job. Uber is awesome. Uber and Lyft. Just FYI. Uber and, I mean, obviously it costs a little bit of money. But not, I mean, when you consider all the expenses of a car, you know, between gas, maintenance, and insurance, I mean, depending on how far away your job is, of course, but taking an Uber or a Lyft is probably rather comparable to what you'd be spending on a car anyway. It doesn't cost that much, really. I think it cost me, one time I had my car was in the shop, and actually I think David's car was in the shop, and David was driving my car. And so I got a Lyft, here to Higgy Cigs, and it was like $6. So yeah, Uber and Lyft is pretty awesome. You don't have money for that. Well, I'll be thinking about you, Suzanne. I'll be praying for you. And just know that things change. They always do. You know, it may not be next week, and it may not be next month. It may not even be next year, but things will always change. Because I've been there, you know. I've been there where things were absolutely hopeless, and there was no way in hell anything was ever going to change or going to get better. The party was not worth staying at all. But eventually it changes. Nothing stays the same. Nothing stays the same. Everything changes. Yeah, staying secluded does not help facilitate the change. That I promise you. Okay? Because I got pretty reclusive as well, actually, when I was at my lowest. Pretty reclusive, didn't talk to anybody, didn't go anywhere. Lost my job, wasn't working, and that does not help facilitate change. Got to get out there. Got to find a new job. Got to meet new people. That's how change happens. And I know that it sucks. And I know that it feels insurmountable. I know that it feels not worth your time or effort. You know, I know. I've been there. Not worth my time to look for a job, or not worth my time to meet new people, or not worth my time to, you know, go to church or even just go out. Like, you know, I get it. A lot. I get it. More than you know. But that doesn't help facilitate change. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And sometimes you got to do what you don't want to do. Because we're adults, and that's what we do. Adults have to do things they don't want to do in order to get the things they want. $3.90 for Uber? How freaking far is Expo? I know you live in Ohio, Chevy, but Toledo must be hundreds of miles away. You had a MacBook. Do you need anything special to run XBook or OBS? I don't know. My MacBook died long before I was casting. OBS, I know, is compatible with the Macintosh. XSplit is not. I don't. Wait, XSplit might be. XSplit might. What am I vaping on? I am vaping. I'm vaping a flavor I can't sell you. I can sell you the concentrate. You could buy the concentrate and make your own. It's called Lady of Earl. It is an Earl Grey tea flavor. It's actually a citrusy Earl Grey tea flavor. And you can buy the concentrate on my website and mix your own. You can also buy unflavored liquid on our website and mix them together to make it yourself. But I can't make it. You're 2.5 hours away from Expo. Okay, so you're like 150 miles away. That's a big Uber. That's a big Uber expense. When I get something I want, I think of the Eagles. Sometimes what you get is not quite what you choose. Yeah. Or the Stones. You can't always get what you want, but sometimes you get what you need. That's the way that works. Yep. I will be happy to send you Lady of Earl concentrate. The suggested use is 10% concentrate of your e-liquid. I will also be happy to send you unflavored Higgy juice, so you can mix them together and enjoy this lovely concoction. I love it. I can't get enough of it. I've been vaping on this for like a year now. I'm pretty sure it's been about a year that I've had this flavor. I can't get enough of it. It's awesome. It's not too heavy. It's not too sweet. It's not too, it's just a great light all day vape. You have a surprise video for me and David tomorrow? Uh-oh. I had someone that was a vapor get very nasty with me, and I don't know how to deal with it. I'm not sure how to deal with it, so I didn't do anything. I was told by a friend to block him. So block him. You know? I mean, if they're being a butthead, just block them. Or ignore them. You know? You like it too, Cassie? I know Cassie got something to concentrate too. This may just be personal experience, but I always steep my juice regardless. I've noticed since using the concentrates, I don't need to steep. Chevy, I don't steep. Does anyone know Ryan? You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific, Suzanne. I don't like to steep my juices, actually. I made this yesterday. And as soon as this puppy is done, which I think I'm going to get one more squeeze out of it before it's done because I can't even see the juice level in here anymore, I'm opening this bad boy up. I like my stuff fresh, man. I really, really prefer it fresh. That's why we make it when you guys order it, so that we can pass that freshness along to you. Not everybody likes it fresh. Some people like it steeped. That's cool. You know, if you like it steeped, then you choose how long you steep it. I'm not going to choose how long to steep it because I don't know how long you like it steeped for. Some people like it steeped 3 days. Some people like it steeped 3 weeks. I'm not going to make that choice for you. So I'm going to pass it along to you as fresh as possible, and then you can choose how fresh you want it. No, I don't know that person. Oh, well, yeah, no, block those people. He's just a pervert. Yeah, let that roll off your back, Suzanne. I need some key lime concentrate so it's as fresh as possible. See, and that's just it, Cassie. Like, yeah, I'm with you on that one. Key lime ice cream, I think it's better when it's fresh. You know, it is definitely creamier and more like ice cream after it's been steeping for a couple weeks. But to me, I prefer it that twangy lime flavor. And it's twangy, like really twangy. I mix my own juice. Some of my juice I use right away and some get steeped. Yeah. Fruit, I mean, general rule of thumb, guys, is fruit flavors don't need a lot of steep time. They're generally pretty good right up, you know, shake and bake kind of thing. Creamy flavors, depending on how creamy you like them, could benefit from some steep time because they're, you know, the creaminess sort of sets in and comes out more as the longer it sits. Yeah, no, he's just being a pervert. Congratulations on losing weight, though. That's awesome. I wish I could. Yeah, that makes sense, Stuart, actually. I mean, the Vanilla Nuts is definitely a creamy vape. The Aries Ram is definitely a fruity vape. So yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, no. He's just a pervert, Suzanne. But if you lost weight, congratulations. That, to me, is enough to... I mean, seriously, if I lost a bunch of weight, that would be enough to keep me, like, flying high. Because, yeah, no. I would be, like, down at the DMV naked going... I had bariatric surgery. That's, you know what? Don't let anybody tell you that's cheating. I've had some people tell me that they think the bariatric surgery is cheating. No, don't let anybody tell you that's cheating. You did what you had to do, and it worked. So congratulations. You lost a bunch of weight, and I bet you look fantastic. And yeah, like I said, if I If I could afford some bariatric surgery, I would totally get it. And I'd be down at the DMV naked going, if it weren't for tips for tanks, you would delete a lot of it. I know. We need social media, though, to advertise. That's the best way. £14 is a stone. Yeah. See, you guys over in the UK use different measurements. Once spring hits, I have a huge goal, 70 pounds in 6 months. It can be done. I dropped 90 pounds. 90 pounds in 6 weeks is a lot. That's stressful to your body. Starting keto again tomorrow. See, yeah, last week we talked about this. We talked about I read somewhere about keto basically can potentially make your pancreas lazy. Now, if you don't go strict keto and you still keep some carbs in your diet, it probably wouldn't make your pancreas go lazy. But then the keto is not as effective, obviously. I mean, you have to starve your body of carbohydrates in order for the keto to work. And you'll plateau really quick, because I was never super strict on keto, and I got to about 30 pounds and just plateaued. I mean, it got really hard to lose another 5 pounds. I got up to 35 at one point, but I couldn't maintain it. And I just plateaued really bad and stayed there for like a year almost. And because I wasn't super strict about it. So I'm just, it scares me to think that if you stop using your pancreas, that it gets lazy, and that you could potentially guarantee yourself to become diabetic whenever you stop doing keto. Of course, the idea also with keto is that it's a lifestyle change. It's not something you ever get off. You just stay on it for the rest of your life. So I've lost 127 pounds over 2 years. Wow. That's awesome. God. I know. I want to lose like 100. I really would like to lose like 100 pounds. Do you know what the restrictions are after surgery? I know a little bit, actually. I don't know. I know that it's very strict. I know that you have to have super small portions. You have to make sure that your portions are very rich in the nutrients that you need, because basically your stomach is now like this big, right? And so you can only have this much food at a time. And that food needs to be rich in the nutrients that your body needs to keep running. So I know it's very, very strict. You've gained 20. Yeah, but Bits, you're scrawny to begin with. 25 pounds probably looks fantastic on you. You're like one of those little twiggy girls that I just hate. 25 pounds probably looks awesome on you. Nice, Stuart. I can't drink anything 30 minutes before and after eating. It's a life sentence. Yeah. It'd be tough. It would be super tough. I remember going out. I actually dated a guy who had bariatric surgery done. And yeah, it was one of those things, like we'd go out to eat and he would literally eat like a quarter of the food that was in front of him, and he was full and he was totally fine with it, you know. And I'm like, I'm sitting here going, this is good food, man. I'm eating it. Good for you, Suzanne. And I have I have a cousin actually who had it done, and she looks fantastic. Actually, her husband was not happy about her getting it done. He didn't want her to have it done. He thought it was unnecessary, and plus he's crazy about her. Like they're one of those really cute, obnoxious couples that, yeah. And he's a lot of fun too. Like he's just this really loud, obnoxious, fun guy, and he's head over heels crazy about her, and yeah, she had this done against his wishes, and I mean, she looks fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but he was all like, "Yeah, I didn't want her to do it." Not so twiggy anymore. Curvy is good. Curvy is awesome. And I bet you are curvy, because you look fantastic. Back in 17, when I lost 35 pounds, it was simple for me. 3 liters of water a day, active exercise, soups, and dropped 35 pounds, but gained it all back now. That's actually, like, I need to drink more water. I do drink a lot of water. I definitely drink a lot of water, but I need to drink more. And I know I need to exercise. When am I going to find time to do that? I don't know, but I need to exercise. And I need, I just need a more balanced diet, because I'm always rushing. I always have so much to do that I'm always looking for quick things to make, something I can throw together quickly. And that's not conducive to a healthy diet. I know that. I'm aware of these things. Like, I'm aware of all the ins and outs. I totally am. But damn, it's so hard. It's just so damn hard. I kind of like my pear-like shape. I know, right? But like, yeah, I mean, like, if I did all that, exercise every day, drank 3 liters of water a day, and not even like 4 hours 4 hours of exercise is an awful lot. Good God. I don't dedicate 4 hours to anything, but yeah, exercise every day, drink a lot of water every day. I'm sure I could get to a better place with my weight, but Kathleen has told me to put the exercise bike in front of the computer. Right? I know, right? I have a gym membership, but I can't work out because I have 2 bad hands right now. I'm in PT and OT. I actually had a gym membership. Oh, this was years ago. I had a gym membership. It was with my first husband. We used to go play racquetball. I like playing racquetball. I think racquetball is a lot of fun. And it's something you can do on your own. Like, you don't have to have a partner. It's more fun with a partner, but you can do it on your own. Yeah, so and I did. I used to go play 2-3 times a week, actually. Go play racquetball for about an hour or so. And then I would treat myself to the steam room afterward. I love sitting in steam rooms. If you guys have not experienced a steam room, like, okay, first of all, I'm going to tell you up front. If you have sinus problems and you have a gym membership, use the steam room, okay? Or at least, well, maybe your gym doesn't have a steam room. My gym had a steam room. Not a sauna. Saunas are different. A steam room. This is a room that shoots out steam like every couple of minutes, like shoots out like a minute or 2 worth of just hard ass steam, okay? Little tip, make sure you know where the jets are, because if you're sitting on the bench and your foot happens to be in front of one of them steams, so those little jets, it's gonna fucking hurt. Okay, but the steam room was just, it was like my reward, right? Because I'm all hot and sweaty after running around on a racquetball court for an hour, and I'd go in, sit in the steam room, have the towel wrapped around me, and I would just let the steam, and it gets hard to breathe in there, but just breathe through it, breathe deeply, breathe all that steam into your lungs, okay? Because the moisture just, oh, it was fantastic. The next day, my sinuses were clear, my skin was clear, my hair was softer, like everything just felt fantastic. Steam rooms are the bomb. If I ever make it big and I either remodel my house or buy a new one, I will totally build a steam room into my house. Steam rooms are awesome. 130 degrees. It does not surprise me that it gets 130 degrees. Keeps you from being sore the next day. See that? And you know what? I didn't even know that it did that, but I was hardly ever sore the next day. So that makes sense, actually. I mean, I never did any like weight training or stuff like that, but yeah, I was never sore the next day. Um, and then when you walk out of the steam room, it almost feels like walking out of a shower. You know, like you feel, you know, you may still be sweaty, but you don't feel sweaty. You feel like you just walked out of a clean shower. Um, yeah, no, steam rooms are the bomb. Saunas are okay. It's more of a dry heat. I mean, you know, and you put the water on the hot rocks and it makes steam, but it's not really a steam room, like a full-blown steam. Steam rooms are the bomb. Like I said, your skin gets clearer, your pores get opened up, and I mean, all that gunk that gets clogged into your pores just comes out, and it's brighter, your hair is softer, your lungs, you just feel so clear and opened up. Steam rooms are the bomb. So wine has brought the typo queen back. Yeah, Jen, you don't need a double garage, right? I guess I would have to. I'd have to build it. I'd have to build an extra room onto the house, or I'd have to turn the garage into it. Or I don't know. I'd have to figure out where I'd put it. Because, you know, I'd figure also you have to reinforce the shit out of that room, right? Because you can't let, like, it have to be completely tiled and, like, waterproof and stuff, you know, and that's the way this room was. This room was completely tiled, floor to ceiling, because you can't let that steam get into the wood or into the framework of the building. You know, it'll rot the wood away. But, oh, it's so nice. I love steam rooms. And David's actually never been in one. We've gone to get couples massages before, but these places always have saunas. They never have steam rooms. So he's actually never been to a steam room. And I've told him how awesome it is too. It's fantastic. The garage does have a concrete floor, so it would be easier to reinforce if I built it into the garage. It is true. And I do have a 2-car garage, although it's filled with crap. It's filled with junk. It's filled with junk because before I met David, I had roommates that, like, when they moved out, they left a bunch of shit behind, and I know what to do with it, and I ended up throwing it in the garage. And then David moved in, and he threw a bunch of shit in the garage, and then the kids moved in, and they threw a bunch of shit in the garage, and now my garage is just packed full of shit. Could I put it off the bathroom? If I did, it would be my closet. Like, where my bathroom is. Like, I'd have to lose my closet. And it's a nice big closet, but I'd end up losing my closet. You reminded me I got to do another 5 to 10 day detox. I'm a heavy juicer, so this will be fun. I know, I'm going to bin it all. They're absolutely going to bin it all someday. I just got to get around to doing it. Because it's time. It's time. You guys do not realize how much time I spend here at Hickey Six. I mean, I spend the day making, filling orders. And then I spend the evenings taking care of all the administrative crap that I didn't take care of during the day. But yeah, one of these days I'm going to probably just like hire get one of those dumpsters for rent and just fill the thing with just crap. You need a bigger place to put your stuff. I don't. I need to get rid of so much stuff. Get a waterproof computer for the steam room. No, lead pipe. I would sit in the steam room and I would just enjoy it. I would just close my eyes and I would breathe deep. And I would just enjoy it. I would just sit there about 20 minutes. Not super long. 20 minutes. Hardcore steam though. Not a sauna. Hardcore steam. Like, can't even see the other side of the room kind of steam. Jen needs more than a minion. Jen needs a bitch. That's what she needs. They have a plow on the razor just so they don't have to shovel. Go figure. Y'all have, hubby would have a cow, and that's the whole farm. If he can't get in the garage, that's where all the toys are. I used to have a fantastic garage. My garage used to be awesome. I had shelving up. Well, I still have shelving up. But it had, it was all organized. I had hooks on the walls with tools hanging off the hooks. I had my motorcycle and my car parked in the garage. No, my garage used to be awesome. And then I had people come into my life that brought more crap into my life and then ended up throwing it in the garage. Yeah. It's frustrating. I need more than a minion. I need a bitch. That's what I need. A non-judgmental bitch. Because this is it. I'm afraid to let anybody take care of it because I know they're going to judge me 6 ways to Sunday. I know, this is the stupidest move I ever made, Stuart, is to get a roommate. And I did really want a roommate. It's just that she was in a dire situation. She lost her house and she had a baby. And she brings this little 8-month-old, 10-month-old baby and tells me she needs a place to live. And like a fucking idiot, I let her move in. So I'm having a huge garage. That's just it, though. I don't even think there's anything in there worth saving. I don't know. There could be. I have no idea what's in there. There's probably a lot of shit in there I need. I know there's stuff in there that I need. They got thrown out there without me knowing about it. My shit, That's what family is for? Dude, lead pipe. Shit. I got no family. I got my mom. And my mom has claimed... Actually, we tried to make Zachary do it because he's responsible for a lot of it. He threw a lot of stuff out there and just literally threw it out there to the point where it just became a sea of crap. And I mean, some of it's my stuff and some of it was his stuff and some of it was his dad's stuff. And so, I mean, like, it's just a sea of crap. And we told Zachary, okay, look, you made this mess. You need to fix it, right? And he totally... What happened is he started to do it, and then should I let Facebook know? Report to Facebook. He sent me his messages. I mean, you can. It may or may not do any good. He's not going to come after you, Suzanne. It's not. He's blocked. You blocked him. He can't even see you now. I don't even know that you can report him now because you blocked him. So you can't see him. He can't see you. But yeah, so the baby mama, shit, like I said, she moved out. She left so much crap behind when she moved out. Like, I'm not even sure what she did. She left so much shit behind that, I mean, baby clothes, a high chair, like valuable stuff for her kid. I don't know. Whatever. She's a crackhead. But yeah, so we told him, like, you made this mess. We need to fix it, right? And he said, well, first he said it was summertime, it was too hot. And then, of course, he said it was wintertime, it was too cold. So then he went out there and he started to clean up the garage. And he actually got a section of it done. And he said he saw a black widow spider. And he said he's never going into the garage again. Okay. Yes, Detra has an absolute, that's absolutely the best advice. If he makes another profile and tries to contact you through that, report it and then block him. And I get it. I mean, yeah, I get it. It's the Black Widow spider. They're poisonous and all. But that's no reason for you to never go in the garage again. But that's it. I'm never going in the garage again. I saw a Black Widow spider. Whatever. He just was using any excuse he could to not go back out there. Bomb the garage and wait a day. Actually, bombs don't work on spiders. Spiders absorb chemicals through their feet. And so putting poison in the air like that doesn't work. It has to be stuff that they like. I mean, I guess once the stuff settles and they walk on it, it might affect them. But yeah, apparently spider. Because I asked once, I remember who I asked. I don't remember having a spider problem, but I remember asking somebody at some point in time, and they said, yeah, exterminating spiders is more difficult than exterminating other bugs, because you could put stuff in the air, you can put stuff in their food. You know, you put out stuff that they eat and whatnot that has poison in it, or you can bomb the air and that will kill them. But spiders, they have a much tougher shell, and they don't eat things, they eat other bugs. So they absorb through their feet. She turned 3, best bubblegum years. Nice. My dad gave me a huge box of bubblegum once when I was young. My mom was not happy either, but I know, right? Who wouldn't be happy with 5 pounds of bubblegum? That's awesome. That's like best grandma in the world. I got bit by a brown recluse once, actually. You know, those are the ones that are, I got bit by a, well, we think, actually the doctor said that she thought it was either a hybrid or it was a baby, because what happened was I got bit on a Thursday night, and the next day, it was on my leg, it was kind of itchy, and I scratched at it all day long, and by Friday night it swelled up and got really painful, right? And I thought, and I was like, great, now it's Friday, right? I can't go see the doctor till Monday. So I went in all weekend long, and it swelled up really big, and it was really painful to walk on. But and the area that was affected got big, right? But by Monday, the swelling had started going down, and the colored area, there was 2 spots on my leg, and the colored area had gotten smaller and more concentrated, like colored darker. So I went to the doctor, or no, I had a doctor's appointment. I just had a regular checkup appointment on Monday. So I went to the doctor Monday morning, and I showed it to her, and she was like, well, she goes, I can cut it open and drain it. And I said, what? Wait a minute. No, I didn't have a checkup appointment on Monday. I had a checkup appointment a week from Monday, or a week later, right? But I went to the doctor on Monday, and I showed it to her, and she's like, I'll cut it open and drain it. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I was like, this looks and feels a lot better than it did on Friday. We don't need to be cutting anything open. It's healing. I just wanted you to see this, right? And she said, okay. She goes, we'll come back in a week for your regular appointment, and we'll take a look at it then, and we'll see what's going on. And I was like, okay, fine. So I came back a week later, and she took a look at it, and it was healed up at that point. There was no more swelling. It didn't hurt anymore. It was healed up pretty well. But she said, you've got necrosis around the site where you got bit. And she said, and there's only one spider on the planet that causes necrosis, and that's a brown recluse. She said, but it wasn't a very powerful bite. Otherwise, it would not be healed at this point. They don't heal on their own. I mean, a true recluse bite does not heal on its own. But she says the only spider in the world that causes necrosis of the skin is a recluse. So she said, as long as it's still healing, I'm fine to let it go. I think she might have given me some antibiotics, but I don't think so. And it healed up fine. I have 2 scars on my leg. It looks like a little vampire bite. But yeah, it was a recluse. I had a hole in my leg for over a year. Yeah, no. True recluse bites, like I said, mine was either a hybrid spider or it was just a baby spider. But if it was a true recluse bite, it would not have healed on its own. And it would have done exactly what Tiger is saying. You end up having to have, you have to get it scraped out, and you have to take all kinds of antibiotics, and it's a horrible, horrible bite. If you guys ever get a spider bite that won't heal, it's probably a recluse bite. Go to the doctor. do not let that shit get bad. That's how these people, they just go, like, and they don't go to the doctor. They just, oh, it'll heal on its own. No, 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 no. Vampire bite, watch out. I know, right? It does. It looks like a vampire because it's two little holes right next to each other on my leg. Overlook you. You've been drinking. No, I'm just saying. Like, it does. It looks like a vampire bite. And what's scary is that means a damn spider, because what I know exactly when it happened. That night, my neighbor told me that she had got a bunch of freshly picked okra. And but she wasn't going to eat it all, and she wanted to know if I wanted some. And so I said okay. And my house sits on the corner, like facing this way, and her house is facing this way. So she came out her front door, and I came out my back door, and we met in the middle. Which means that fucking spider crawled up my damn leg while I was standing in the grass and bit my ass. And because I was wearing jeans. This was back when wide leg jeans was like the fad. This was like in 2004. Wide leg jeans were like the big fad at the time. So yeah, I went out there, and this fucking spider must have crawled up my damn leg inside my pants and bit me, and apparently fell out before I went back in the house, because I certainly never saw it in the house. I didn't even know I got bit. Is there a spider bait? No, there's not. Three shots in, a fighting cock. I met a guy that was bit and half the meat on his arm was gone, healed, nasty. Yeah, no, y'all do not mess with fucking recluse spiders. Okay? If you have a spider bite, if you have any kind of bug bite that's not healing within like a week, go have it looked at. Go to it. Do not wait. Spider or brown recluse venom does not go away. It just continues to get worse. Good night, Suzanne. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you feel better. Okay. Thank you for stopping by. So, also I'm to let you know that if you want any, if you guys want any scuba vape bands, to leave a note on your order, because Bill Byrne, ordered like 75 of them or something, and he told me I could give them away. He wants to keep a few of them, but he told me that I could give the others away. So if you guys want scuba vape bands, you just need to leave a note on your order, and I will send you like one or two. I'll send you one. If you want more than one, tell me. But tell me you want a scuba vape band, I'll send you one in your order. Yeah, I have a huge bag of them sitting over there. He's not here. He's been really busy. He's got a lot going on. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess we're not getting in the lab tonight. I think you guys keep me talking for 3 hours. I think that's awesome. Again, like I said, I couldn't do this without you guys. You guys are awesome. I cannot thank you all enough. You're gonna make me cry. But really, no, I am. It's all about you guys, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that you guys are so patient and understanding and loyal. That's the thing, loyal. You guys are loyal. I know. Fairy potion next week. I gotta make that promise. I promise I'll get that. Well, plus I had this problem too. I couldn't. I forgot to plug it in, and I left it on. It was dead. did when I came in. I was like, ah, shit. I will. I promise next week. As a matter of fact, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it for a minute. So we got guava, passion fruit, mango, and cantaloupe. All right. So it's definitely going to be Capella's sweet guava. Ooh, passion fruit. I have... Wait, do I have passion fruit? I have passion fruit. RS sent me passion fruit. But I have 3 different passion fruits. I have Flavor Art, Capella's, and TFA's. I think we've used TFA's in the past. Oh no, does anybody have a, and does anybody have a Flavor Art? You think I should use Flavor Art? I got 1 vote for Flavor Art. I don't know if meat would work, Breeze, because part of spiders, their instinct is to kill something that's alive. They suck the blood out. They don't eat the meat. They suck blood. So that's, yeah. You agree with Cassie? All right, so we'll go with Flavor Arts, passion fruit. TFA's mango, straight up mango, not the Philippine mango. And TFA's cantaloupe. All right, so that's what we're going to mix with next week. Capella's sweet guava, Flavor Arts passion fruit, TFA mango, and TFA cantaloupe. So we'll decide what kind of recipe we're going to use. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call this Cassie's Fairy Potion. Bloody meat. Like I said, yeah, crickets would be a better idea. I don't think bloody meat would work because they don't have to kill it. You know, that's what spiders do. Spiders kill things. They catch it, they kill it, they wrap it up, and they suck the blood out. So I don't know that bloody meat would work. There, talk about vampires. All right, guys. Yeah, they definitely like things that move. I mean, like if you've ever had a snake, you actually have to train a snake. If you're going to give a snake something that's not alive, like you have to like train it to eat things that are not alive, because inherently snakes, they will only go after something that's live. They want that fresh meat. So I think it would be kind of hard to train your spiders to go after something that was dead. They're like, it's not fresh enough. They want that blood. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up for the night. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out. You guys are awesome. Again, like I said, I can't thank you enough for being patient with us through this hack nightmare that we went through. We are so secure now, and so absolutely, like, man, I'm telling you, our site is tighter than Fort Knox. We will be dropping MasterCard by Monday, if I have a say about it. So if you have to use a MasterCard, please just get in touch with me, and we'll work something out. So we'll figure out a workaround. Other than that, you know, enjoy the new pricing structure. You can save 30%. Like I said, it's going to hurt us in the beginning, but I feel in the long run, it's better for you guys. It's better for us. I think it's going to bring more traffic back to our site, And, you know, that's, you know, make hickeys great again, right? Make hickeys great again. The little wolf spiders I have here will eat raw hamburger. I feed them when they see me out on the porch. They come out to see me. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Oh, I don't need to be like the Pied Piper of spiders. No, 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 no. I just got this like vision of being like, here, spiders, and they all just like come running, and you're like throwing little pieces of raw meat at. No, no, no. There you go. Make hickeys great again. All right. So, I know, Saints, I'm getting out of here, but you guys can head on over to iVlog and go check out the fuckery over there. You guys definitely need to go over to the other side when I sign off here, because her son-in-law said he will vape anything, and I sent him a pickle and bacon juice that just smelled nasty as fuck. Okay, I called it pickled puppy's breath. All right, so he is gonna vape, and he said, she promised me he wouldn't do it till after 10 o'clock. So make sure you all go over to iVlog to the other side when I sign off here, and we're gonna watch her son-in-law vape some nasty shit, because she was been collecting it all week long. I sent it to her. I sent her the pickled puppy's breath Wednesday, so she should have got it by now. All right, so it is a pickle and bacon mix, and it's really strong too. It's like way stronger than I would have made before too. So we'll see. We'll see how much she gags on it. All right. I don't know what else she got, but she definitely got in some nasty flavors for him to vape. So you guys go head on over there, and I will see you guys over on the other side. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much.